Alrighty, so you catch me at my local airfield to Western in Northamptonshire. Today we're looking at the Diamond DA62. It's one of my favourite aircrafts to fly here on the sim. Now I've been sim flying for a couple of months. Some people don't like it because of the lack of visibility. We have a spin around here, sort of the hoop that goes over the front screen there. We get inside you see what I mean. I like it. I think it's a nice aircraft. And once you get over this little visibility thing with the hoop, you'll start enjoying it. So, without further ado, then let's get inside. Have a look at the side. So you see it's equipped with the Garmin G1000s. Okay, some things work, some things don't. All of the avionics work. All of the lights up here, they all work. Bus controllers on the far right don't work. That works. Flaps work. All the lights work here. Landing gear, obviously landing gear lights and everything all work. All the electrics here, P2E, AVMaster, main select fuel pumps, that kind of thing. That all works. Alternators, they need to be on because you are running batteries in this to run the avionics and everything. And once the engines are running, the alternators will keep the batteries topped up. That's all I'm going to say about that. And the de-icing stuff works as well. As you can see, there is said hoop. All right, and it does block out something there. I'm going to do one of these about the DA40 as well, and you'll see that that's got beautiful visibility. You can't open a door, can't open a window, but throttles all work. They work independently as well. Obviously, handbrake up and down. You have airflow in and out. They work too. What it amounts in the sim. Rudder trim, landing gear up and down. Pitch trim, that all works. Let's turn the fuel supply on then. They definitely work. Okay, and you can see that little red thing that flipped down. That stops you going all the way down and switching your fuel off. Quite nice. Auxiliary tanks on and off. This aircraft does quite have a very generous auxiliary, and if you want to fly at night, you have pilot and co-pilot floodlights. They work quite well actually. I fly this at night. Flew into Heathrow last night from I went from Birmingham International to Heathrow in this little thing last night. So without further ado then, I've got ATC turned off just because so it doesn't interrupt. One thing that's annoying about the sim, even if I had ATC on, ground services here at Western, I can't get a pushback. It's a bit odd. So this poor dude on the outside, you can see him with a pushback truck, he's probably going to get a wing going through him. And that's quite annoying with the sim. There we go. Right, so electric master on, fuel on, so fuel pumps on for starting, main power on. Let's turn this side on as well so I can see the engines. Engine 1 up and running. Master switch on. Monitoring engine 1. Oil pressures come up. Coolant temp is rising. Fuel temp is currently okay. Let's fire the other one up. Fuel pumps off because the engines are running, and I switch them on when I come into land. And I don't know if that's correct procedure with regards to flying a real aircraft. So lights then, taxi lights on, strobe on, position lights on, and everything else. So we are 1,500 feet. I'm going to stay out today because it's very low cloud. Just for some low-level stuff, I might climb above the cloud. We'll just see, just have a fly around as we go. It's in free flight mode. Wind coming in from the east today, so it will be runway 9, which is quite unusual for this airfield. Prevailing wind is southwest. Well, southwesterly, west wind is in the UK. That's our prevailing wind for the UK. So now it's coming in from the east, so there's a slight headwind from runway 9, so I'm going to use that. So I'm taking off to the east. So set my heading bug for that. Set my baro. There we go, we are 440 feet above sea level there. I think we're all good. Heading out east today, sort of over Silverstone Airfield, Silverstone Racetrack, sort of out towards between Milton Keynes and Northampton. Probably going to be too low for a stall unless I do climb above the clouds. We shall see as we go. I also plan to, let's do all this while we're moving, eh? Flaps for takeoff. Yeah, let's do all this while we're moving. I'm going to be flying to Oxford. I'm going to plan that actually whilst we're in flight. And we are going to plan that to Oxford using an ILS runway, flying into Oxford today. And we're going to set all up using the G1000, just sort of show you that it does work in this aircraft. So runway 9 is straight away, don't have to go down the taxiway. Which is a bit annoying, it's a grass taxiway, a bit bumpy. Just taxiing into runway 9. There we go. So looking to rotate just under 90 knots. Take off power. Slight pull to the left. Keep it straight. And it will want to go. If I don't rotate, it will rotate itself. It's quite a powerful little aircraft. There we go. 10 degrees. Run out of runway. Gear up. Flaps up. Flaps in the green. Okay, looking at 1,500 feet. I can bring my mouse back with a little bit of left-handed mouse. Go to the outside then. I don't like. Well, I did fly a pit special the other day in that mode between, there we go, 11.5, 1,500 feet. A little bit too high. Back off on the power. Down to 1,500. So heading mode, autopilot, and altitude mode. Should level us off at 1,500. There we go. Cool. And I'm just doing that so we can have a look around the aircraft whilst we're in flight. And I was going to want that because I'm going to be paying attention to setting up navigation. So up to, let's say, 75% on the power. It's quite a nippy aircraft. 160 knots before it goes into the yellow. Here we go, let's have a look outside. Here you go, in flight, nice aircraft. Underneath. There you go, over the top as well. I like it. I think it looks nice and it's nice to fly. Actually, we are getting a little bit, it's clearing up a little bit. So, Let me just go over, because I've got Navigraph running as well, so I can look to see where I'm going. Let's turn the heading bug, so we turn 45 degrees. So we go between the two towns, so set the heading. We go between the two towns of Milton Keynes and Northampton as we go, keeping clear of those. Let's climb actually 2,500 feet. And you can see I'm using the toys that the aircraft gives. Climbs well as well, easily climbs at 1,000 feet a minute. I may get a stall thing going on here, so we'll see, shall we, when we get up there. It's nice out here, got Milton Keynes off to my right hand side over there. Wolverton underneath us. Looking back to where we came from. Alright, there's a typhoon up there. 48 feet. Yeah, it's a bit cloudy. So let's go for, yeah, let's go for 3,000 feet. Let's say 3,500 feet. And climb again. Give a stall test and just keep going straight. And then what I'll do, after I've had a little bit of a fly around, we shall plan that Oxford trip. You see, it climbs quite quickly. I've only got 75% of power pulled in there. Gives us a chance to have a little look around the aircraft as well, and behind. Wish I could do that. Out the windows. You do get good, there's fair visibility. It's just that hoop, and that puts people off, and I totally understand that. I get it. And almost there. So, yeah, we're going to stay to the right of Wellingborough and Corby and what have you, so we'll be all right to have a little bit of a go at a stall test here. So, I don't like doing these, but let's give it a go. So autopilot off. Drop that power. So we're starting to drop now, a bit of back pressure. More back pressure. Keep that back pressure on. So getting to takeoff and landing speed. It should beep at me. Back pressure, here we go. Oh, it's going to drop a wing. More back pressure. Oh, I'm pulling right back now. There it goes. So, drop the nose down, power on, and pull us out of the stall. Okay, it didn't drop a wing, but it did drop the nose. Very good. I get nervous when I do those. Alrighty, so it's just me climbing too high. Yeah, calm down. Get some speed up. turn more easterly. So you pick up speed, I'll put the autopilot on, and then I'll set a direct flight into Oxford. And that's where we'll end today. Autopilot on. 3,500 feet. It's gone into heading mode. That's fine. I don't mind heading out that way, just to the right of Wellingborough, while we set this up. So 3,500 feet then. 75% on the old power. And let's set a direct route to Oxford. So we are looking to go to Echo Golf Tango Kilo, so direct flight in. It's quite nice. This works quite well with G1000s here. So if you go all the way up here, it's not a full-on tutorial. I'm going to do this quite quickly. So what did I say? Echo Golf Tango Kilo. Echo Golf Tango Kilo into there. Kidlington, Oxford. Click on that again. Enter. Enter. Activate. We are looking at runway 19. So nav mode on the autopilot. There we go. It's starting to turn. Outside view then of the turn. Let's just check to make sure all of that turns in okay. Engine's running all right. Plenty of fuel. Speed good. Still at 3,500. Remember, guys, I'm still quite new to this. I've only been doing this a few months now. But I thought I'd bring you along for the journey and sort of show you my favourite aircraft and see what I think. You know, with my favourite aircraft. What I'm going to do, I'm going to set a procedure up as well, so there is an approach into Kidlington. So let's set that. I should have already set, so we'll be looking at 108.35. That hasn't set for the ILS runway there, so 108.35 into there, and a heading of 191 degrees. So once all this is set, why are you misbehaving? Once we're online, I shall see if there's any procedures and any approaches. If not, I should be autopilot off and land freehand. So CDI, what did I say? 191 degrees. Okay, 191 degrees. On your localizer. Let's go back down and see if there's any procedures for Oxford. So select approach. Yes, please. ILS 19. Here we go. And do that on home. That will be, which one will be the best one for me today? Coming in from the north, so up there. Enter. No minimums. Activate. There we go. It's going to turn us slightly, but it's all good. So what's the faff on that? I'm going to use I'm going to use vertical nav, so VNav as well, to come in, and we are looking at 1,800 at the faff. So okay. Let's just see what's going on here. Alright, so we just need to turn heading off. Okay, so heading to GPS. And then that should pick our time of descent as well. Let me get in there. So it's not got one yet because we haven't picked up the GPS yet. And just see what this aircraft can do, sort of electronically as well, not just sort of freehand flight. Freehands very well indeed. Performance aircraft, really. And you can see that's 8,000 feet, so we're going to come in well under that. And as I said, I'm keeping ATC off just for the purposes of this video, because the AI ATC can be a bit of a pain sometimes. All right, so once we get to sort of our descent, I'll come back to you. There we go, just climbed to 4,500, just above the clouds there. Where are we approaching? We are sort of towards Royal Leamington Spa. We're going to make it in a left turn on our approach that I've programmed in on the G1000s here. What I'll do, I'll get close and then I'll hand fly it all the way down. I'll show you a hand flying landing. So, but yeah, I'll be all right. But autopilot will do some of the work. I'm just using some of the features that this aircraft has got, and why not? So, not far off our turn now, as you can see. And we got 7 minutes to VNav anyway. So I shall come back to you. There we go. So VPath just cut in now. So backing off on the old speed, throttle back, bring that speed down, and that's going to take us down to the 1800 that we need on that approach. And just using the avionics that the aircraft has got, yeah, you know, the aircraft's got them, so let's see them work with the aircraft. Where are we? Just north Newington now, so we're coming in sort of close to Banbury, not far away. So Broughton here in front of us. Through the clouds, it's turning out to be not such a bad day. It's going to be a bit cloudy. I think by the time the afternoon comes, it'll be light clouds. As we look at it, will it clear? Will we get a clear view of Banbury as we come down here? Wickham, Banbury will be over to our left hand side, over here. Wickham's in front of us. No, I don't think we're going to get low enough. Anyway, so oh, hello, it's cleared a little bit over to the right. There's a Spitfire up over there, you can see. I haven't bought one of them yet. Should I buy a Spitfire in the shop, guys? Should I get all historic and fly a Spitfire? What should I get? There we go, look, it's all clearing up as we get a little bit lower. To our left there's Banbury, just clearing in the clouds. What else we got up around today? A20s. There's another Spitfire there. Some people having some fun today. It is a Sunday at time of recording. Okay, we're just almost on our approach now. Let's keep it all rolling, shall we? As we come into land. Just leveling us off at flight level 2,300. Check the biro again. Biro's good. A little bit of speed increase. 70%. Let's not hang about. Let's see where the localizer is. Localizer's on. Let's just make sure nav right is still. Okay, so local comes up here in white, and that when we hit the localizer, it will capture us and bring it in, and then we get a little bit lower. I'll get a couple of miles in, and I shall free fly it down from there. You can see our alternates, our go-arounds here on the old map. Turning in there, so I believe that was Upper Hayford. That used to be a US Air Force base. We just sort of flown sort of near just about 30 seconds ago. In the 70s and what have you. It's now got housing estates on it and things, I believe. It's a nice place. I went there as a kid when I knew some American kids, and I had bowling alleys and all sorts of things over there. It was quite cool because I had baseball too, considering I like baseball now. My kid plays it, but there we go. So approach mode then. Where are we? So we captured a glide slope on the way down. 5 miles out, backing off, gear down. There's the airfield in front of us. Speed right off. Going to be a full flaps landing. 4 miles out. Get a better view. Go. Flaps for landing. Drop our speed. Hopefully, we're looking at between sort of around about 80 knots or so, somewhere thereabouts. So the aircraft comes in quite well on autopilot. And what I do, I get a couple of miles in, a couple of miles away, and I'll hand fly it down. A little bit more power. Just controlling the power here. You can see Pappy on the left. So the two white lights saying that we're at ideal glide path, which is -3 degrees. There's a little bit of chop about, a little bit of wind about, a bit of turbulence. You can see aircraft moving around a bit. .7 miles. Gear is definitely down, flaps definitely down. And the throttle on this is quite sensitive because I'm using the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. Looking to upgrade, hopefully, soon. Okay, 2 miles out then. Let's do some landing. Keep an eye on Pappy. as we bring it into land. So I can feel that wind coming in from the east. So to make a correction because it was pushing me over. Glide slope still okay. Bit high. Drop the nose. Guys, if it's not a butter landing, I don't really care. I've not been doing this very long. As you all know, there we go. Better glide slope there. As long as I get it on the ground safely. It's a bit bumpy, that's fine. Well, who's that coming straight in above me? Who is that? Power back. Looking at the end of the runway. Oh, hello. They put me right off. They were a rough landing. I got put off there by somebody cutting in front of me. There we go. That's what happens in the sim, right? That was a bit of a rough landing there. I'll probably damage the gear in real life. There we go. So let's stay on the runway then. Come outside, look at the aircraft. God, put me right off. Someone comes straight over the top. So straight in front, put me right off. Oh dear, I'm going to keep that in, guys. Because why? Because it's sim flight, right? Things happen. There's aircraft. Flaps of ground. Alrighty. And I'll do one of these for the DA40. Yeah, I've made some mistakes, but guys, I'm learning as I go, and that's what I said, yeah? So, if you like the vid, please do hit the like and subscribe. There are going to be more vids coming as I get better. Vids get better, yeah?